what's going on, crypto people? It is the crypto siege. What's going on here? Let me see if I got this right. I think I got it right. Hey, what's going on, crypto? I got it right. It is the crypto siege with another day in the life in the freaking crazy life. That is the digital asset space. Wow, this market is freaking crazy right now. What's going on with the market? Yo, I told you. A Tradfi is coming for your crypto. I told you, we're going to get into that. It ain't about mismanagement. Told you. They're coming for your crypto. They're coming for your crypto. I told you what's going on. We're going to get into it. XRP Ledger is doing its thing. It is all over the news right now. Yeah, the XRP Ledger is all over the news right now. What is up with that? See if I do something. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tradfi is coming for your freaking crypto. Yeah. And hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend, is not going to do anything about it. Not going to do anything about it. Let me make sure everything is going good. What's going on there with that picture? Make sure everything is working well. The chat is not showing up yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure that out for sure. Can I get rid of this? I can get rid of that. Probably can get rid of the stream strength too. So what's going on, man? The market is doing what the market does. The numbers are just not great. Bitcoin doing some stuff. The chart, the TA guys is like Bitcoin's doing stuff that it's never done before. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. 909 billion on a total cryptocurrency market cap. I'm sure it's just a coincidence that DeFi and Neo platforms are being attacked. I am sure that is, just a coincidence. Top chat, live chat. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. What's going on, Dan-O? I think I got that right. I don't know why it says top chat. It should say live chat. It's interesting stuff. I'm telling you right now, it's very, very interesting stuff right now. Yeah, I don't think yeah, just out of nowhere, Voyager does this. And it's kind of out of nowhere that they suspended their trading and halt withdrawals and deposits, but it's not really. All you do is got to really kind of follow the money. Like my guy Simon Dixon is saying from Bank to the Futures, follow the money to find out the real deal. Find out the real deal. Matt LaRoche, what's going on, bro? Liquidity drying up all up in all markets, indeed. Yeah. Well, Matt LaRoche, when the big boys come to play, the dudes that are used to market manipulation, they know how to dry up a market. They know how to manipulate it. They know how to find weaknesses and expose the weakness. They've been doing it longer. What's going on, Legendary? It's good to see you. They've been doing it longer. And like my guy Simon Dixon said, it's going to be about Goldman Sachs and the likes trying to buy up these firms and stuff, pennies on the dollar. And the next thing they're going to do is usher up Gary Gensler to the front of the room and say, hey, look, we kind of know that a lot of people got their stuff on these, their crypto on these self-custody wallets. We're not really excited about that. We want them to put their stuff with us. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Please don't tell me they can't do that. Please don't tell me that. That's what they said about gold. right? That's what your grandparents said about gold, said about the gold that they had. They said, nobody gonna take my gold. It's my gold. Unless we have people fighting against Tradfi. That is a likely scenario, unless we have people fighting against Tradfi. The banking cartel and the regulators are massive, and we can't forget it. Bitcoin's at 19,000. Hope the internet is working okay. 19,000, XRP's at 31 cents. That's right. That's right. We need some of that ODL. Yeah, we do. We need people that are going to stand up for against the regulators. Yeah. And who can legitimately disrupt them, like Ripple. First, BlockFi got itself in trouble. They're pretty much toast. Line of credit or no line of credit. I mean, it's Sam Bankman-Fried. They're pretty much toast. He's going to snatch them up and, gather them up for pennies on the dollar, right? Celsius Network is doing everything they can. They got people like Simon Dixon wanting to offer help and ways to get that thing back up and running. Now we got Voyager. And everyone thinks that it's just a coincidence that they went after these yield platforms and these lending platforms. Think it's just a coincidence. Like, look, hey, I'm going to say this about the SEC, because if anyone can answer this question for me, please answer for me. The SEC did an investigation inside and out on Celsius Network. Inside and out. Right? Came up with pretty much nothing. Told them this is what they had to do for accredited quote unquote investors, making their platform only available in the States to accredited investors. And they didn't see mismanagement. They didn't see red flags. Right? No red flags. And by the way, anyone hear about a dollar being paid in a fine? Did anyone hear, anyone here? Because I haven't heard of not a single penny in a fine. Matt LaRoche, there you go. Passed all that info on to Tradfi to find pain points to exploit. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. BlockFi just got hit up by the SEC. And next thing you know, toast. For the most part, anyway. Celsius Network, investigated by the SEC, and next thing you know, weaknesses exposed and exploited. Like I said it once before, this dude was not publicly elected. He was privately selected. Who do you think he's doing the bidding for? I couldn't, who do you think he's doing the bidding for? Remember, do you realize the amount of people that have walked away from traditional finance? By the way, there was a report out just not too long ago, maybe 2 months ago, about the Goldmans and the JP Morgans of the world complaining to the government agencies that people were walking away from their banks. What's going on, Max P? No, I don't think this is the Great Reset, my friend. I think this is about traditional finance wanting the digital asset space to be handed over to them. That's what I think it's about. I honestly do. I mean, no one can convince me otherwise. That's what I think it's about. It's not the market is down. It's not that Celsius mismanaged money. It's not that Voyager mismanaged money. It's that they are trying to hand this asset class over to JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and the likes. That's what it is. And Gary Gensler is doing their bidding. I don't think it's a coincidence that soon after BlockFi and Celsius Networks gets investigated by the SEC, that they both get hammered. I don't think that's a coincidence. Winston Prescott says they want to keep the poor poor. If you don't see this, you're stupid. Now, I'm amazed at all the people in crypto, especially the YouTubers, who just seem to think it's Celsius' fault, it's Voyager's fault, it's BlockFi's fault, and never think, take a second to think about the very obvious manipulated market and the absolute attack. I like, really. But I did a tweet earlier today. I'm like, yeah, so Tradfi, they don't do loans in the hundreds of millions of dollars without any collateral. They don't do that. No. Every loan that they put, it has some collateral to it. Yeah, yeah. Like every loan that they do, like when they give you a loan, they don't ask for collateral. Right? They don't, right? I mean, when you go take your car loan out and your house loan out, right? These credit cards, those are just loans. Those are just loans. That's all it is. It's the loan. That's all it is. It's an attack on your crypto. I'm telling you guys, that's what the deal is. I appreciate you guys checking in. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. But to me, that's the big deal. That's what they're trying to do. And if we don't have the likes of Celsius Network fighting TradFi in any way that they possibly can, this is what's going to happen. Because just think about it. Up until recently, all three of those platforms were providing yield to you and I on our assets. You don't have to take a loan, by the way. Providing yield on your assets, and you didn't have to be accredited. No accredited stuff. You get more Bitcoin on your Bitcoin, more ETH on your ETH, more XRP on your XRP, more whatever on whatever. Daddy J, what's going on, man? What is going on? So that's what I kind of feel, right? That's what what's going on right now. Look, the market, let me go over the market real quick. I'm going to share the recent news with Celsius Network because I think it's important. And then I'm going to cover this Voyager thing because I know a lot of people on this channel. A lot of people on this channel were singing the praises of Voyager. That means that a lot of people were getting money on their money, acting like the 1%, getting 5, 6, 7, 8% on their money. And I'm amazed at the people with the head in the sand that just want to say things are not sustainable. That's not sustainable. They buy into this TradFi bullcrap argument. And then we'll turn around and just accept 0.01% on their, just accept it. and let JP Morgan pocket $3 to $5 billion in profit a quarter, and just be, and then expect, you and I, the average retail investor, to go out and work harder, go out and trade more time for our dollars. 3 to 5 billion a quarter in profit. And we will go around and we'll just take their credit card at 24% interest, 19% interest. We'll take it and be grateful for it. Be grateful for it. And then turn around and let them pay us nothing on our money and just be grateful for it. And then turn around and throw shade on Celsius Network that'll give you a 1% loan on your money. It paid out $1 billion in rewards. Throw shade at them. But just go to bed at night, rest easy with the 20% APR on the credit card, right? And 0.01% on your money. And just be good. Just be good with it. Won't stand up for the person trying to give you some yield on your money, trying to let you be treated like the 1% of the world. My friends, you got it. Those of you thinking like that, just got it backwards, man. You got it backwards, and just unfortunately have the condition to settle for less and then jump into the risky pool, jump on that risky bandwagon. Oh, no, I'm just going to keep my stuff on the ledger because earning money on my money, that is risky. That's risky. No. I'm just going to keep it on a ledger. I don't need to earn nothing. How's the market treating you right now? How's your crypto doing right now? Because the market is, it ain't manipulated. Do you really think, I just cannot fathom, I just can't fathom that the masses will come to an asset class and all they have to do is trade their dirty, nasty fiat for crypto and nothing else. Don't have to do nothing else. Nothing else. And gonna go get Lambos and create generational wealth. And you think that they are just gonna they're gonna just let the plumber, they just gonna let the bank teller just trade her dirty, nasty fiat for crypto and then do nothing else and become a millionaire. It ain't happening. How can you claim to be about utility? How can you claim to say that, the cryptos that have utility are going to win, but you're not using your crypto? I don't get that. So I'm wondering, so you think someone else is supposed to use it? And I won't use it. I'll just sit back and take the value. I'm just going to sit back and take the value. I won't have to use it. Oh, no. Let them use it. Who's them? Let them use it and give me all the value. Do you really think that's what's going to happen? Anyone here feel like they'll be shocked if all of a sudden Gary Gensler and all these freaking 50 million proposals out of nowhere, somewhere, something gets thrown in that says, look at all the people that got hurt at BlockFi, got hurt at Celsius, that got hurt at Voyager. We have to hold the assets for them. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if somehow the powers that be came together and somehow Ledger gets dethroned or acquired by someone. Wouldn't shock me one bit if Ledger ends up getting acquired by someone. Face Stamper, what's good, bro? Naptown XRP is in the building. Winston Prescott, you got it right, bro. Americans have been abused by the banks since the inception of this country, and they don't know any other way. So they just take the abuse. But when someone comes in and tries to help, they are crazy. I couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Jumping on the unsustainable bandwagon, jumping on this too risky bandwagon, falling for mainstream media's mantra of unsustainability, will not check mainstream media when it gets announced publicly that JP Morgan pockets $3 to $5 billion profit while they charge you 19% for their credit cards. Won't say a peep about it. Where's the up in arm? Where are the people up in arms about that on crypto Twitter? Where are the people up in arms about it? Got you distracted with inflation and pocketing billions of dollars, billions and billions and billions of dollars a quarter, and got you distracted with inflation. Sad, man, really is. What's going on, Jackie33? Great to see you. The crypto endgame is in the building. I like that name. What's good, bro? Todd Sellers is here. Hey. Crypto Endgame says, what would that mean if they buy Ledger? What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear is they will try to absorb the digital asset space and eventually tweak down the interest of 7%, 6%, 5%, 4%, and take the crypto market and treat it just like Tradfi, where they're paying you 0.01%, and they will not allow you to choose your own money and be able to custody your own money. In other words, they're going to snatch you out of the digital asset space and put you back into their liquidity pool where they had you. That's right. The government is so Naptown XRP says the government is so corrupt, and if you fight back, you're called a terrorist. What's going on, Cal T. Moore? Good to see you, bro. And that's just what I'm saying. And the challenge is just crypto Twitter will just get to arguing amongst each other. You got people in my comments saying, I told you you were going to get yourself in trouble for talking about Celsius. The only thing to do is just to put it on a ledger and self-custody it. I don't mind paying 19% on my credit card. Like, I'm not losing any money. Like, I'm not really losing anything on my money when I do that. Inflation, yeah, it's not necessary. It doesn't affect me. Federal Reserve has got my back. Like, unbelievable. And again, I just would say to you, if you think they won't come after your crypto on your ledger, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. The only way to win is to fight. That's the only way to win. Everyone thinks it's just a coincidence that they went after these platforms that were providing yield to you and I. And Celsius fought and fought and fought, and eventually had to give in to accredited investor stuff for US people. Think about the amount of people who lost yield on their crypto after the SEC investigation. I mean, think about it. Toast. Can you imagine getting more Bitcoin every single week because you're a depositor, getting Ethereum every single week because you're a depositor, getting more Cardano because you're a depositor every single week? You think Tradfi is happy with that? Alex was the only one bold enough to publicly state the real fight. He is the only one who was publicly bold enough to publicly state the real fight. And that is the real fight. What's going on, is that Layla Edwards? How are you? There you go, Winston. Red, there you go. Educate him, Winston. Winston says, I'm old enough to remember when IRAs and mutual funds were all the rage, and then the banks bankrupted it. They bankrupted it with their fees, and folks said no freaking more. Don't worry, your traditional IRA is going to save you, or your self-directed IRA is going to save you. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. The digital asset space is our chance to win. It's ours. We were here first, and they don't like it. The central bankers don't like it. The people who control the central banks don't like it. Kyle T. Moore taking the Series 65 test to meet the accredited investor qualification. Oh, good for you, bro. What did you use to study for that thing, Kyle T. Moore? Danny Loeb is in the building. What's up? I would be happy just to get my 8 Cardano back. The hell with the yield, Crypto Seas. Yeah, well, here's the deal. Everyone wants to get their crypto back, and I certainly want to get my crypto back either, but I will never say the hell with the yield, ever, ever, ever. I want the yield. I want the yield like the 1% get. The 1% of the 1%, they get the yield on their money. The 1% of the 1% get the pre-IPOs, get the private equity, and then laugh in our face when we get excited about 3, 4, 5x on the market. Kaplan, huh? How was it? Easy? Let me know how that goes, Kyle T. Moore. We're wishing you all the success, bro. And people think it's just a coincidence that soon after the SEC investigates BlockFi and investigates Celsius Network, that they all of a sudden are in trouble. Kyle T. Moore still in it, will do. Yeah, let me know, bro. That would be interesting to see how that is. I know, I think my friend told me about that Kaplan as well. Face Stamper says, Cease, do you see any future issue with flare yield? Future issue with flare yield. I don't know if flare is doing a yield per se. They can't have too many rich people who's going to work, LOL. Yeah. Well, you remember there was a point in time in the history of this country where 80 to 85% of the people had their own business, which left only about 15 to 20% of us working for someone else. In fact, there was a point in time in the history of this country where there was 0 taxes, nada, and the country was in a surplus with no taxes. Yeah, that is a fact. No taxes, the country was in a surplus, which means they were doing well. They had more than enough. No taxes. There was a point in time in this country 85% of the people, 80 to 85% of the people were in business for themselves. That was just the norm. Seemed to do okay. Oh, Flair Farm and Flair Finance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. We will have to see. I do know if the powers that be feel like it's a threat, it's going to be attacked. That I do know. That I know for sure. So here it is. And again, I know a lot of people from this channel were on Voyager, singing the praises, excited about the interest they were getting on their crypto. Major crypto broker, Voyager Digital, suspends all trading, deposits, and withdrawals. Digital asset brokerage Voyager Digital is pausing all customers, temporarily suspending customer trading, deposits, and withdrawals, according to a statement released Friday afternoon. This was a tremendously difficult decision, but we believe it is the right one given current market conditions. Same thing Celsius said. Says Stephen Howrick, CEO of lending company Voyager. Digital asset brokerage Voyager Digital has paused all customer trading, deposit withdrawals, and loyalty rewards. This was a tremendously difficult decision, but we believe it is the right one given current market conditions. Eric went on to say that the decision is designed to give the firm additional time to recover. I wonder who's going to come out and throw shade on Voyager now and forget all the good that Voyager did for the average retail investor. I wonder who's going to do that now. Exploring strategic alternatives with various interested parties, and that they will provide additional information at the appropriate time. I hope no one throws shade on them for taking their time to provide more information. It's tough. It is tough. Markets being manipulated for sure. Everybody's trying to get your crypto on the freaking cheap. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get that crypto on the cheap. Celsius came out with something. It's not much, but it is something. It says, this just came out, I think, yesterday. Yeah. Across Celsius today, we are focused and working as quickly as we can to stabilize liquidity and operations, to stabilize the liquidity and operations in order to be positioned to share more information with the company. We are operating with the entire company and all clients in mind as we work through these challenging times. And I think they keep saying all clients for a reason. I think they're saying this is just not about the big clients. We continue to take important steps to preserve and protect assets and explore options available to us. These options include pursuing strategic transactions as well as restructuring, as well as the restructuring of our liabilities, among other avenues. These exhaustive explorations are complex and take time, but we want the community to know that our teams are working with experts from many different disciplines. Our relationship with the community and our clients has been a source of pride for all team members at Celsius, and we will continue to share information with our customers as and when it becomes appropriate. I got a video for you guys to watch. I'm telling you, you are going to want to see this freaking video. Celsius Recovery Plan. This is from Simon Dixon. And again, I think this is on the list of options for Celsius. I don't think it's at the top of the list, but I think it is on the list. Rob here asked from Digital Asset News, asked Simon Dixon, who is the CEO and founder of Bank to the Future, which is private investment firm for accredited investors in the US and non-accredited elsewhere, to get private equity. This is the guy who saved Bitfinex from going under, I think not once, but twice, and also rescued Kraken. Danny Love. Did you know that Jed McCaleb set up a sale with the guy who ended up losing freaking Mount Gox, letting it go under? They set up a sale to this dude, and 80,000 Bitcoin from the turnover until the reception of that exchange. 80,000 Bitcoin went missing. 80,000 Bitcoin before the exchange. In other words, before the purchase was complete. 80,000 BTC was there. By the time it got to the dude's hand who was buying it, it was gone. And then there was some, kind of mysterious hack that happened. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that about Jed. That's according to Simon Dixon, by the way. So this is a worst case scenario. So listen to this for a second with Celsius.
A win, and that would be a win for, like you talked about, the depositors, the shareholders, the people involved in Celsius, and also crypto in general. So what would be something that would be positive? What would be or what would be just a big bad negative?
Yeah, so from my perspective, and again, I'm talking from my deposits and not from your deposits, you have to make your own decision about what's right, and we'll have a way where you can express your opinion about what you think is right for you. But from my perspective, the worst result for my deposits would be that bankruptcy takes over.
Okay.
They sell all my Bitcoin, and they sell it at the bottom of the market. They create further downward pressure on prices from people that have no belief in Bitcoin. And then they take whatever decent asset Celsius has left and sell it to Goldman Sachs. That would be my idea of a worst nightmare. Now, I did do some, again, I know many people at Goldman Sachs. When the Goldman Sachs rumor came out, I asked all my contacts at Goldman Sachs and the people from the relevant departments, and I tried to bust that as just misinformation. Because all of the people that I spoke to at Goldman Sachs that will remain unnamed said that it was just FUD. It was just, there was nothing to it. So I take that for what it is. It doesn't mean that there's not a secret team working on this, or, I just take that for what it is. I try to bust that FUD. But I do believe that traditional finance want to get into this industry, and those that have banking licenses are perfectly positioned to take all of the decent assets. And as somebody that's been on the other side of many of the conversations that are happening with deals related to, I've got to be careful what I'm saying here, but there's many companies that have challenges right now. And I've been on the phone nonstop, and my team has been on the phone nonstop with all those companies and all those investors and all those people that are putting in solutions. There are really predatory solutions that are being offered right now, and I don't like them at all.
Again, I'm trying to tell you guys, Tradfi is coming after your crypto. Predatory is an understatement. He just told you. Again, this is a dude, I'm just telling you, in crypto since 2010, spoke at the first Bitcoin conference, built a business around securities and private investment. He has tens of millions of dollars on Celsius, and it's a percentage of his wealth. It's a percentage. He said he could lose it all and it wouldn't affect him one bit. He's in talks with companies, getting phone calls, in talks with a bunch of companies crypto companies who are in trouble right now. Why do you think that is? Are we going to just say it's mismanagement? Are we going to keep running with that mantra? It's just mismanagement. These are not even yield platforms he's talking about. In trouble. right now. There might be other exchanges. I don't know. In trouble right now. Think about what the market's doing. What's going on? Why haven't we had an alt season yet? He said the worst scenario is a bankruptcy because he knows that they probably would sell the Bitcoin. Goldman is going to get the assets and get them pennies on the dollar because they want to get into crypto for as cheap as possible. And more importantly, they want to take it over and have you, again, rejoin their liquidity pool. So you can spend time on crypto Twitter throwing shade at Voyager. I guess Voyager is going to start getting shade now. Right? They're going to start getting shade. People are going to start staying. I knew it. I knew the CEO. I know he was no good. I knew it. I never trusted him. Right? It's just right.
And you know, so I want the reason we put this whole hashtag depositors first. I'm a karma guy. That's how I operate. I believe, you know, Alex said some good things. I mean, he always used to say, you know, do good or something like that. Don't quote me on what he used to say. But I actually do believe in that philosophy. That it does what goes around comes around. So that's the worst result. Traditional finance assets strip it, depositors get left with all the shit, and they sell crypto at the bottom of the market and create more downward pressure.
Again, this dude was also an investment banker at one of the largest firms in the UK. So he was on the other end. He was ingrained in the Tradfi space, Alex Mashinsky was trying to help you level up your education because he's the 1% and the 1%. He's able to tell you from the inside what they think about you and I, and what they think about how they treat you and I. I think it's important that we come together and take the fight to the right people instead of taking the fight amongst each other. Instead of talking about Bitcoin's blockchain is not great. When there's a bigger fight going on. Like, there's a bigger fight going on than Bitcoin's blockchain is not great. Like, people I think they just forget. I think they just forget that we were here first. Do you get, I mean, I think people forget that we were here before Goldman's, before JP Morgan. We were here before Wall Street. Like, I think like people forget. People forget that people like Simon Dixon was buying Bitcoin in 2010 for crying out loud. Just a dude who left traditional finance. Like, I don't know, man. What's going on, GDLT? What's good? Good to see you, bro. I do think, well, here's what I would say. Daniel says, Goldman Sachs, Gambler's friends are trying to raise capital to buy Celsius assets upon their collapse. Do you think the SEC was involved in some more crooked shot? All I know is that immediately after the SEC looked into BlockFi and the SEC looked into Celsius Network, they all of a sudden were in trouble. What's going on, Mr. Miller? Dan Lowe says, I was in crypto in 2016. Me and you both, bro. Bless Cruz is in the building. It's been a while, C's. Hope all is well. All is great, man. Hanging out here in May, Gold. Life is great. That's right. That's right, Bus Cruz. Bus Cruz says people couldn't wait until crypto went mainstream, and now they got it. I remember the freaking Wolfpack guy. Danny Lowe, what was the name of the Wolfpack guy in the lending platforms? What was his name, Danny Lowe? I forget his name. That dude said, this was years ago. That dude said, you guys think you want Wall Street institutional money? He's like, you think you want that? You don't want it. You don't want Wall Street institutional money in this thing. He told people. He was like, not Donut Boy. No. Who's Donut Boy? Yeah, he was the wolf guy. He was he was trying to lead the wolf pack. I forget what he called himself. But I mean, but you know, this was an ex kind big time player in terms of you know, you watch TV, you see the guys on the phone, and you know they're great at you know, working for hedge funds and all that other kind of stuff like that. He was a great salesperson, but he was saying, "You guys think you all right? You want crypto? You want hedge funds? You want hedge funds and institutional investors in this? Okay, you're gonna see what they do. You're gonna see what they do." So this for me confirms it. This for me confirms it. That Tradfi, I mean, this is again, Simon Dixon is telling you. I just played it. This dude is on the inside. They are coming after your crypto and they want it for pennies on a dollar. They get this Bitcoin from Celsius. They get this Bitcoin from Voyager, BlockFi. They're going to down the market. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right. He used to work at a donut. Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's him. He had a name, though. I forget his name. Yep, you're right, Danny. The head of the Wolfpack was Donut Boy. Yeah. Right? And so he's telling you this is what they want. They're going to crash the market even more. If they get a hold of these Bitcoin for pennies on a dollar, crash it even more. And I still ask anyone to explain to me how 80, I thought it was 50,000. Blockchain Monkey said it was 80,000. How does 80,000 Bitcoin that's on an exchange with an agreement to sell, and by the time it gets over to the buyer's hand, those 80,000 Bitcoin are gone? And no, Danny Lowe, no one is asking the question, where is the investigation into the missing BTC of Jed and Caleb? Where is that investigation? Like, where is it? Yeah, we'll get BTs a discount as well. But boy, oh boy, Celsius network with 100,000 Bitcoin. How many does Voyager have? I don't know. But can anyone tell me what happened to 80,000 Bitcoin? That's the word. This dude, Simon Dixon tells us that. Missing. In this video, he mentions Jed McCaleb, the founder of Ripple, selling the exchange, 80,000 Bitcoin missing by the time it got to the new guy who purchased it. Jed involved in the thick of it. Jed going around selling XRP, just selling XRP, selling it. Now, the SEC is saying it's a security. Jed is going around being able to sell it whenever he wants. How is that possible? It just, right, he was one of the founders. No investigation for him, though. No investigation into this missing Bitcoin. None. I just think it's something about it. GDLT, yeah, they make money on the way down and on the way up, 100%. And how are we going to make money? How is the average Joe and the average Jane going to be able to earn money crypto on their crypto? If they keep taking down the likes of Voyager, BlockFi, and Celsius, and no one thinks everyone thinks that's just a coincidence. Everyone thinks that's just the market. Anyone here think that the market is not manipulated? No, they're not tanking the markets. Tradfi is tanking the markets. Because next is going to be the exchanges. Next is going to be an exchange. How much lending are the exchanges doing? It's just a matter of time before an exchange is going to go down by the likes of the SEC and whoever else. And they're going to say it was for some other thing. So it doesn't have to do anything with lending. It has to do with, in my opinion, it has nothing to do with lending. That's not why they're going down, because they're lending out crypto. That's not why. They're going down because they're being attacked. Attacked. And I personally do not believe one iota that just because people have the crypto on a freaking cold wallet that the crypto is safe from being turned over to Wall Street. It ain't safe. Because at any point in time, they can usher Gary Gensler to the front of the freaking room. To the front of the room. Unsecured loans are not good. No, they are not. Celsius Network asked for 4 times the collateral for a loan. 4 times. That's not just collateral. That's a lot of collateral. 4 times, and yet they got themselves in trouble. How? How? How did the powers that be know to attack where they attacked? How? Because I believe, Danny Lowe, I believe that the people that usher Gary Gensler to the front of the room are going to say to him, cool, good work so far, but a lot of people got their crypto on these cold wallet things, and well, we would like them to continue. We would like them to be in our liquidity pool. What can you do? What kind of stuff can you put? Proposals can you put to say that cold storage wallets is whatever, and get them to come to us and let us custody their crypto? Because cold storage or not, you gotta exit to profit. You gotta be able to exit. And if they control the on and off ramps, you having your stuff on the ledger is not doing you any good. No, I disagree with you, Stark Origin. That's not why they wanted the collateral. Unless you're going to say that TradFi does nonsense too, and that you shouldn't have your money in a bank, or that you shouldn't have your money in a 401k, and that you shouldn't have your money in an IRA, and that you shouldn't have your money in mutual funds, and that you shouldn't have your money in the stock market. There is no greater gambling and nonsense than in traditional finance. None. Zero. Nada. They are the winners. Your 401k, your TSPs, all of that is being gambled. All of it is a gamble. Crapshoot with your money. There is no greater executor of nonsense than traditional finance. None. Not Celsius, not Voyager, not BlockFi. Are you trying to tell me that they all had the same playbook and that they all did the same thing and they all took the same risk at the exact same time, at the exact same percentages, on the exact same platforms? Negative. It's an attack because they want your crypto. That is what the deal is. And they want to get it for pennies on the dollar. And if they find out that people are just hanging out and they're not doing anything but just holding on to their crypto, nothing, they're going to try to do 2 things. They're going to say, look, no one's using crypto. There's no use case. No one's using it. They're just holding it. There's no use case. Crypto is no good. There's no utility. It's just computer code. And what about DeFi, right? What about DeFi? These decentralized platforms, they're next. The decentralized platforms are next in line. I promise you, they're next in line. Aave, Compound, MakerDAO, they're up next. You're up, batter up. They're up next. Because all it takes is for the SEC is to look into one of them, to get them to come in with the open doors and look at their stuff and then share the weakness. This is not about collateral or unsecured loans. This is about a person, a normal person, getting 5, 6, and 7% on their hard-earned money like they used to. Like they used to. And then all of a sudden, the banker said, I wonder if we cut it from 7% to 5%, will there be rioting in the streets? What do you think? You think there's going to be rioting in the streets? I don't know. Maybe. You think it's going to be rioting in the streets if we cut it from 7 to 5%? I don't know. Well, how do you think we can find out? Let's try it. And they cut it from 7% to 5%. No rioting in the streets. Then they said, that worked pretty good. Let's see if we can't cut it from 5% to 3%. And again, no rioting in the streets. And then they said, let's cut it from 3% to less than 1%. And again, no rioting in the streets. None. And then people will run around and take their credit card at 17 and 19% and say, thank you for this 17.99% credit card. No one's calling the nonsense and the gambling in traditional finance. Where's crypto Twitter complaining about that? I don't see it. Where's crypto Twitter complaining about the gambling in the stock market with your 401k? That's the biggest gambling there is. I think the biggest challenge that Celsius had, I don't know what Voyager's challenge was. I don't know what BlockFi's challenge was. I think the biggest challenge that Celsius had is when they decided to meet the need of ETH, the staking ETH 2.0 thing that was supposed to happen, that staking ETH phenomena that was supposed to happen. And they were 30,000 plus Ethereum short. They couldn't do it. It wasn't going to happen. And Celsius says, we'll put it up. We'll put up the ETH. I think that was the challenge. Remember, the only way they can provide yield that's 8% is if they're charging 12% for it. And that's their model. Now, the fact that they got into DeFi, that, right, just like I was in DeFi, the market hit me. They were in DeFi and the market hit them. The market hit them. Danny Lowe, they won't go after them on the ETH chain. The ETH chain seems to be more protected than their moms. It feels very, very true, sad truth. Yeah, but GTLT aren't they going to get into DeFi though? So Kava's paying 25% on what, GDLT? Like what are they paying 25% on? Is that in trouble? Danny Lowe says, I will tell you, Kava seems to be staying under the radar, and they paid 19.5% rewards, 19.5. DTLZ says, Danny Lowe, Kava's paying 25%. 25% staking on Kepler? Oh, staking. For what, though? Which asset? Are you just talking about which asset are they paying 25% staking? Everything that isn't XRP, XLM is possibly, oh, no. Okay. What's the staking for 25% is on the Kava token? Oh, okay. I stake Kava. I didn't know it was paying 25%. Yeah, I used the Kepler wallet and I staked Kava. I didn't know it was 25% though. It really is 25% for staking Kava. I didn't know. Man, that's really good. So, but again, you know, I just think there's a war going on. People need to pay attention. I believe people should pay attention to the real war that is going on. Remember, guys, you and I, we were here first before them. Simon Dixon just told you they want to get into crypto. Goldman Sachs and the likes, they want to get in, but they want to get on for pennies for the dollar. Why? Because they were late to the game. They were late to the freaking game. And not only that, they want to provide the custody. You don't think they want to provide the custody solutions? Of course they do. Really? Never be liquidated? Stark Origin? Really? I thought they were just going back and forth saying, CoinFlex is like, yeah, Roger owes us some money. Roger's like, no, they owe us some money. He's got an agreement that he will never be liquidated. Interesting. That's real interesting. That's really interesting that happened for him. Roger Ver, one of the OGs in Bitcoin. So anyway, guys, I'm just gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and do a live stream and just I hope that I can convey a message. That's just my personal beliefs, that they don't want us to win, that they want us to be in their liquidity pool, that they want us to use their traditional financial products, that they want to charge us for a no activity fee on an account. I just went through a freaking nightmare, because I had to deal with the check and I had to deal with the bank. And it's not even complete yet. It's been like a total freaking nightmare. A check and a bank. And it's a freaking mare. It is unbelievable, the nightmare. Yeah, because someone sent me a check for my own money. And I have to deal with the madness that is a bank. Brutal. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Do me a favor, guys, and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We will definitely see the promised land GTLT without question. It's just a matter of time. But I just personally believe that we need to fight against Tradfi, not just accept that what they're willing to offer, not just accept their money, not just accept their monetary policy, but fight for our money and fight for our own monetary policy. And we need people like Alex Mashinsky and Celsius Network to help with that fight. We need people like Voyager to help with that fight. All right, guys, look, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a really, really, really cool hang. Again, thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. You know, we need a new 1%, and we're almost there. Almost there. Don't let them take your crypto. Don't let them take your crypto away, guys. Don't let them take your crypto away. I'm going to end this video and live stream like I do all of my videos. Let me do this first. I got to share. And remind you guys. Let me see. Of this.
Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.